Welcome back, Forester Dragons. I hope you had a good week and enjoyed making your koi fish last week. Remember, we talked about the principle of art or principle of design emphasis. We are emphasizing our koi fish, so it is going to be the largest thing or the most colorful on our paper. We're also going to be creating variety, and that each of your fish should be different and unique unto you. What did I add to mine to make it different? I made it have lightsabers, right? Yes. So we're going to get started with our koi fish today. Remember, I told you we're going to be making lily pads. But before that, I want to remind you, last week we traced. If you have a lot of leftover pencil lines, be sure you clean those up, okay? If you don't, no worries. I just have a few. When you use curvy lines, it's easy to leave pencil lines, so be sure you clean those up a little bit. Okay, so here we go. So today, I want you to take a paper and fold it in half. Fold it in half again. So you're folding like a book, okay? And then fold it in half again. And you'll have a little square like this, little rectangle. Now, I want you to draw a lily pad. What does a lily pad look like, Miss Eskew? Well, under my video today, you'll see a document that shows you what different lily pads look like. So that might help you. So I want you to go ahead, and I'm going to make mine. It's almost like a heart, except that it doesn't point at the bottom. Okay? So it can look like this. It can look like, you know what, you can come up with your own. I'm not really worried about it. Okay, once you get that, I fold it into fourths. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Make sure you drew large enough that you're not wasting a lot of paper. It should almost completely fill this square. Almost completely fill it. Okay? So now you should have 4 lily pads, right? Okay, so with these lily pads, you're going to set them aside, and then you're going to take at least 3, you can do more, paper towels. 1, 2, 3. With these paper towels, what I want you to do is I want you to completely wet them or paint them. Okay, now remember, if you do not have watercolors, we talked about this before, so if you don't have a box of watercolors, then you can use markers. So you can take the washable markers and you can color the paper towel like this, okay? If you have watercolor paint, you can use the watercolor paint to paint the paper towels like this. And you can apply the color and just put it all over. Now, even if you're just using the marker, you're going to have to go back and wet the paper towel like this, okay? And blend the marker. On this particular one, I'm going to use more than one color. So I started with yellow, but I'm going to go in and maybe I'll add some orange or something to it, okay? But first I'm going to get enough yellow all in the middle. Okay. And then I will get a different color. Let's see. Okay. And apply the next color. Now this is with marker. Remember, you can also use the watercolors. Now this is going to take you some time to get all these paper towels colored, but you want to do it on this second day because you can't really cut and manipulate them until they dry. So we're going to get them wet today. And then next time, when it's dry, we're going to turn them into the flowers for the lily pad. Okay. So on this one, I use 3 colors, yellow, orange, and red, which are actually also the warm colors. Okay. See? Now remember, you can either use the watercolors, or you can use the marker. Or you can use both, like I did. And then you wet it all over. And this takes some time. Okay, so each paper towel you're going to wet, color and wet, or paint and wet, and then set it aside to dry. You've already cut your lily pads. The lily pads you can draw designs on with your Sharpie. So I want you to look at those pictures of lily pads that have different veins and lines on the leaf itself, and then I want you to create that, and I'm going to show you in just a minute. I'm going to, once I show you, I'm going to pause the video and finish making my paper towels, because I think you get the idea. And then I will turn it back on and show you my paper towels, and then we'll be good to go for this week. Okay. It's like a koi fish pond is what we're creating. Now, you can add other things to yours. It's up to you. Maybe you want to make your paper bigger and have, like, you know, if my fish is a Jedi koi, maybe you want a Sith koi. You can decide what you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one. Okay, nice and wet. I can even like scrunch it up and it'll kind of tie-dye. See how it mixed a little bit? Okay, I'm going to set it to the side to dry. And I'm going to show you on the lily pads real fast. So I'm going to take you can use a pencil first. So if you take the pencil and you can just kind of create the veining out from the center of that lily pad. And then you can use your Sharpie to trace it. And clean up any pencil lines. Okay, so just create the veining on the lily pad. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause you, and I'm going to finish my tracing and my my flowers, my paper towels. Okay, and then I'll turn you back on and show you the finished product. Have fun. One thing I did want to say, try to keep the colors you color the paper towel different. So this one, right, I did red, orange, yellow. I'm going to do red, blue, and purple on this one. And then maybe over here I'll do blue, purple, and green. Try to keep some variety in your colors too. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to show you my finished product. So you can see I used orange, blue, and green on this one. You saw this one earlier, the red, yellow, orange. and then blue, purple, and red. And once I got enough water on them, I just squished them together to get kind of a tie-dye look. Now I've got to let these 3 dry for my next step to make the flowers of the lily pad. Okay, I hope you had fun, and I will see you next week for the last step and our koi fish. Bye, have a good week.